First of all, man, I want to thank the fans, the students that showed up out here today. They knew it was going to be hot, and it was hot, but we had a sellout, man. It was an awesome atmosphere, blackout. Really appreciate those guys and everybody coming out and celebrating with our team today with this great victory and it's our first Big 12 win. So I want to make sure I recognize them. We can't do it without them, and obviously one of our goals this year is to defend the NIP, and we want to make this a great home field event, and it is. It's incredible. It was today. So I want to thank them. Also want to, there was all three phases today I thought played outstanding. It was a complete game out of all three. Setting the tone right off the bat. I thought, with Minkins, coming back and playing this week and getting an interception on the first drive, man, that kind of set the tone. And offensively, we go down and score. And then it was pretty much on after that. As you think about it, it was just a complete game defensively. We gave up the one post route. And that's the one time they got in the red zone, but our defense did a great job of not letting them get a first down, and they attempted a field goal, did not make it. And then our offense put together some nice drives. They got a really good defense. I think their defense is very efficient in what they do. They're hard to run the ball against. They play a lot of man coverage back there. There was two great throws by Sorsby to Xavier in the end zone to get those touchdowns, to get some points on the board. We popped a long run with Corey there, probably 50-some yard run, which was outstanding. But it was hard to get yards on the ground today, and give them a lot of credit for that. But I do think we were very efficient throwing the football today. And the other thing that we did was take care of the ball. We did not have any turnovers, and we created three. That was huge in the game. And I think two of their turnovers for sure went and got touchdowns. I don't know about the third, but anyway, just a complete game. And special teams today were solid as well. We knocked down two more field goals. Fletch averaged 43 yards on two punts. Hawks just punting the ball out the back of the end zone. So it was a complete game today. Really proud of our guys, and they deserve to have the rest of the day off.
As a former quarterback, how fun is it to watch when Sorsby gets in a group like that where it seems like everything he sees?
Yeah. It was. I thought we had a solid game plan coming in, and we knew there were going to be some tight windows. His one incompletion early was. Royer had it, and the guy did a great job of knocking it out. That would have, he basically would have started 12 for 12, I think, starting the game. Instead of 11 for 12. But, he was in a good rhythm there. We had some good efficient throws. Sterling made a great catch on the one down the field there. Warrior made some good contested catches. It wasn't like they were wide open. Our guys are having to make some good contested catches there, and I thought, they did a great job with that, and Rory, played a solid game. He's obviously a big person that can run the football. That was the one thing we were worried about was him, carrying the ball from the quarterback position. And then when the other quarterback comes in, he can run too, So basically both of those guys, and they got a few first downs on us by running it third and medium, and they're running the Q. And, but we felt like, okay, if we give that up, that's not going to beat us, so as long as we get them down. And so, they hit a few first downs on us on that. But overall, man, we contained the quarterback very well. Really didn't have too many open windows to throw. As I mentioned, they had the one post ball. We lacked our guy. Should have been back in the post. Didn't get back there, so they hit that one. But other than that, that was pretty much it in the throw game. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. 34-0. I don't know how it gets much better than that. Really, it's hard to lose if you don't let anybody score. So 0 points is pretty good, man. Some people have been critical of our defense the last couple of weeks, but to hold a Power 4 team to 0 points, I don't think it's been done this year yet. So that's pretty good. Oh man, it's huge. It's huge. We've, Cincinnati has fought so hard to get to this level, and to finally come out here and get our first Big 12 win and our first opportunity this season. It's been big for us, to get the bell back last week. Now, you're getting this Big 12 win. It's been a great couple of weeks here. We tell the team, these are 1 week seasons that we have. Everything can change next week, everything. So you have to be so intentional and so focused on every single day. And that's why, somebody asked me about a 12 o'clock kick, number one, I don't set what time we play. All right. So whatever the time they tell us to play, that's the time we play. But I like 12 because from this point forward, I can go watch some college football. I don't care what happens. This is the only day of the week we can relax. This is it right now, because when we come into office tomorrow, it's all Texas Tech. So So now I'm happy, man. So I get another 6 hours here to go watch some ball and hang out and celebrate this win.
Keegan the tracks,
Yeah, yeah.
how does that speak to
Yeah, I mean Sterling, man, he had a great. He was one of the more improved players I thought in the spring, and then he followed up in camp. He's backing up Xavier, and Xavier man has had a great season so far, and but he can't play every snap, so we rotate him to keep him fresh, so we can play, second and fourth quarters. And Sterling's come in I feel like he's come in and made some great plays for us. He had a play early in the drive there, and got about 6, 7, 8 yards, and then the post route was awesome. Contested going up and getting it. So I really feel like he's gaining confidence as he's moving throughout the season. I think he'll continue to get better and better. I mean, he's a good target. He's got good hands, and he's guy from right here in Cincinnati. He's done a great job for us. Yeah, I mean, I think let's hope that trend continues. I feel like all three of those throws are about the same, really. I mean, they kind of hang up over the middle, and our safeties are working over the top and making those picks. And I think the quarterbacks maybe see the guy open initially, but they don't see the backside safety that's coming over, and that's kind of what all those picks have been. Two of them by Minkins, and that's why I said this earlier. It was great to have Minkins back this week after missing a week, and so he's a ball hawk in the back end. He's got a good feel and understanding of what we're trying to do. So yeah, I mean, obviously, anytime you can get a turnover, it's going to help your team win. I was glad today we converted that into 7 points.
How would you compare the defensive line, Eric Phillips, Jim Wilson, who set the edge these past 2 weeks?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're still learning about the defense. We're still growing with it. It's the fourth game now that we've been into this. We've played some teams that have exposed us at times, but I think the guys are getting more and more comfortable. It's not going to get any easier as we play in the Big 12. I mean, there's some outstanding offenses and outstanding quarterbacks in this league. Texas Tech, they've been putting up 1,000,000 yards, I feel like, every week, over 500 yards and scoring a ton of points. I mean, we'll be challenged in that. And as you go looking throughout the rest of the season, there's some great offenses. So we're going to continue to have to get better with what we're doing. We've got to figure out what other ways to get into the backfield and get on the quarterback. These quarterbacks are so talented. And so, but for second 2 weeks in a row, I thought, we handled the offense. We kept them out of the end zone. I think that's ultimately the key. It's not really the yards. It's more about keeping them out of the end zone.
Yeah, that's right. How important is the progression that your defense is taking on third down? It feels like last year that was really where it kind of stops on first and second, backbreaker on third.
Yeah.
4 of 14 today, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, that's huge. He's huge because he keeps the drives moving, and getting them off the field is, man, we talk about it, stress it all the time about, getting off the field on third down. And you have to mix it up, as I said earlier. I mean, these offenses are so good and talented these days, and these quarterbacks, you have to mix it up. You can't just do the same thing every time. They'll exploit you. So trying to do some different things and, whatever our guys can handle, and we'll continue to hopefully do that as we move forward.
Last week against Miami, the attitude, the way you guys have played with the league. What have you seen since the
Yeah.
How's that changed?
Well, I mean, I think we got some really good leadership in the locker room. These guys, we got some mature guys, older guys that have scarred down a lot. Some of these guys from last year and this year, and a little bit. We got complacent in the fourth quarter there in the Pitt game, and we never grabbed the momentum back. And I think that's the one thing they've talked about in the last 2 weeks in the locker room is keep the pedal down, keep playing hard, play one play at a time, and continue to do your job. And I think you can't think about, man, let's get to the fourth quarter, or you have to stay in the moment. And I think our guys have done a really good job with that the last 2 weeks. Yeah. It's awesome. It's awesome. As we stated this in the press conference earlier week, we've played a lot of freshmen this year, being able to rotate them in. And I feel like some of those guys now are becoming experienced players. As you think about 4 weeks they've played, I mean, they're playing 20, 25 snaps, and over that time you accumulate some good experience. You accumulate some confidence to know that I can go out here and play. And we've been able to see that, particularly on defense, which has been awesome because these teams, especially like today, it's hot today, so they'll be able to rotate and not get wore down, and for those second and fourth quarter parts of the game.
Alex and JT. Win at Miami, get the victory, go back. Now you win your first 12 game. You guys feel the momentum you're generating right now as September, the end of September approaches?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've said this really throughout all season of how connected we wanted to be, and we felt like we were a connected football team with some really good leadership. We play one bad quarter. You're sitting there and really that hurts. That game in that fourth quarter. But other than that, I mean, our guys have played great football. They've played together. They've played for each other. They picked each other up. I mean, and that's what connected teams do, and it's fun to see. But and I told our team it starts throughout the week. I mean, our guys, this team has been really, really good at focusing on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays practice, and I think that's the key, how we prepare.
Defense a lot more aggressive today. Against Miami, you guys gave up over 300 yards in the passing game, but to what you did to Houston, it
Mm-hmm.
looked like a totally different team,
Mm-hmm.
especially
Yeah.
on that end.
Yeah, I mean, I think this team. I don't think Houston doesn't throw the ball as good as Miami. I mean, that quarterback in Miami's been, he played for 6 years, I think, or something. I mean, he's been playing forever, and he can throw the football. They had some good receivers, and so a little bit different offense when you think about that. They were not as efficient throwing the football, even coming in. So, but having said that, our guys still went out and played well. They give up the one big play. Other than that, they played outstanding all day.
Playing at Texas Tech next week.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first game outside of the state of Ohio, really, that area. How do you guys approach that? Do you approach anything differently than you have the first 4 weeks?
No, I mean it's still all about your preparation and how you handle your business throughout the whole week. Now the difference obviously is we're getting on a plane, we're flying, all the way to Texas. We'll find out tomorrow, I guess, the time of the game. So we don't even know what time we play. I've never played there. I heard it's a great environment there. It's loud. They get into it. Hostile environment, long ways away from home, and so hopefully our guys will continue to stay connected because when you go out there, man, you feel like, all right, we got to go. We've got something to prove when we go out here and play it and love it.
Final question, Eddie. Xavier Henderson, 2 touchdowns today, obviously 3 on the year, was tied last year. Can you speak more to his growth from this year
Mm-hmm.
from last year?
Yeah, I mean, I just think he's continues to work. He's one of the harder workers we have at practice. I mean, he gets after it every day. Um, I think and Sorsby, feels comfortable with him throwing him up. We really didn't throw many fade balls to him last year. We threw two today and got 2 touchdowns. That's a great aspect of growth, I think, for him to be able to get some confidence in the red zone to go get throw it up and get some touchdowns. Um, I think he'll continue to have a good season because he's going to get his opportunities. But I just like I like where his mind's at because how hard he works.